All right, we're
Yeah.
live. Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's a rainy evening here in Manila. So I hope where you are right now is medyo sana maayos ang weather ninyo dyan. But anyway, rain or shine, tuloy tayo sa ating interview with our author and the book launch. Okay, our guest for tonight is Xenia-Chloe Villanueva. Okay, she was born in Manila and spent some time in Melbourne, grew up in Pampanga, and studied creative writing at the University of the Philippines in Diliman. She participated in theater groups and attended writing workshops, and her poems have appeared in Sloth Clock Jockey, Paper Monster Press, The Heat, Zine, and The Cabinet. And she works currently in digital marketing and leads HubSpot user groups in Manila, a quarterly meetup of digital marketers. She used to blog about New Kapampangan arts and culture in Volcano Diamond Press, and is now spending the quarantine working from home and trying out her neighbors' baked goods and taking care of her cat Nutmeg. So she's a fellow cat lover or cat mom. Hi, Chloe. Good evening.
Hi, good
Sorry,
evening.
hi Z. How do you want me to call you? Zeno or Chloe? Sorry.
uh, okay, Chloe is fine. Yeah.
Okay, Chloe. Okay, Chloe, can you tell us more about your book, Deskaril? I'm really interested in the title. Why is this? I gathered that it's a collection of poems, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So why is it entitled Deskaril?
um, well, ano ba? Well, I was asking my friend for ideas for poems, and um, I guess one of the reasons I ended up with this career was um, it, I wrote the poems. I started writing the poems when I was in university, and then I started working. So I stopped focusing on the poems,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I started focusing on digital marketing and corporate communications. And it was only in 2017, 2018 that
Mm-hmm.
I started reviewing the poems again. So I guess um, that had to do with the name because it felt like I was derailed uh from focusing on the poems, derailed by work and yeah, basically.
Yeah, there's this in Filipino we use that diskaril. The diskaril ako, sorry, I got
Yeah,
distracted. So, yeah,
yeah.
very good, very clever use of that word. Um so sige, gawin nating ano siya no, parang game. Okay? So sige, using the word
Okay.
diskaril. Yeah, on the spot jackpot. Na diskaril ka na ba, Chloe? Say when you were writing a poem or during the process of writing a poem, na parang have you ever felt like naputol, no, yung attention mo and somehow you just couldn't complete a poem on say on a given period sana na dapat mo siyang tapusin parang it took you so a long time to finish it
um
a single poem.
yeah, that's happened a lot. That's happened a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Yeah, because ano ba, like recently that happened during the quarantine. I have ideas for a poem, but um I basically just write the rough idea, but I haven't gotten back to them again for 1 year because of the quarantine.
What do you
Yeah.
do? Like, what do you do when you get derailed from, say, from the writing process? How do you get back? Kasi sometimes, diba, it's difficult na pag wala na yung attention mo, yung, alam mo, yung groove, it's sometimes hard to get into the groove again. So, what's your practice there?
How do I get back? Ano ba? I rely on my friends to hold me accountable. Or one of the things I do is I tell my friends about the work
Mm-hmm.
especially if I have a specific deadline that I want to finish it. Um, and yeah, I think setting a deadline works, and then also, especially if I'm confident about the work, that I really want to finish it, I tell my other writer friends about it, and
Mm-hmm.
then um, yeah, they help me finish it in the sense na they will ask about it, like, oh, kamusta na yung work, or um, were you able to revise it already? So yeah, yeah,
So the one of the things that really help you is having this community, or like a group of friends who help you like get back in the game. Tama?
yes, yeah,
Can you
having a group of, yeah.
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so my friends who are writers, also my partner, he's a musician too, so I guess he hates it when parang yung creative work hindi siya na tatapos. So siya then he
Mm-hmm.
reminds me to finish whatever creative work I started. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us have a lot of works in progress. Marami kami
Yeah.
nakalagay lang sa folder that we can finish it. Okay, that sounds good. Nababalikan mo sila, no? You
Yeah.
mentioned that yun nga na you have, friends who help you, who remind you of the deadline. Aside from, say, urging you, say, to start again,
Uh-huh.
to continue writing, what helpful tips did they give you? Say, in particular, to writing a poem, like in terms of style, the process itself.
Uh well, I guess coming from well, they're my friends from EP Quill. So coming from EP Quill, they take each work on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at the work and look at where it could be more fleshed out, or they refer other pieces that remind them of the work. Um, yeah, like I think recently I also was writing a short story for children, and there were some elements in the story that could be more interesting by highlighting like the biodiversity of Siargao. So, because the story was
Mm-hmm.
about the biodiversity of Siargao, so my friends um, referred me uh, to like resources where I can look up, those elements. Yeah.
How much? I mean, with these poems, do you really like do extensive researches most of the time, or parang you
Um.
just get inspired by nature or whatever?
Uh. It starts out that I just get inspired, but I also end up doing extensive research. Like I think I have a poem about the biomen. I had to
Mm-hmm.
research about superheroes in literature. Yeah, and
Can
then
we see that? Can we
ah
see that page? Yeah.
n- okay, the page, the biomen. Wait, sorry.
Natuwa ako dun sa may superhero element.
Ah, yeah. So wait, it's page 38. Oh, and I'm not sure if you can see my, yeah. And
Right
so
there.
yeah, that's the poem.
Oh.
And sorry, my cat Nutmeg is just hanging out at the
Hi,
back.
Nutmeg. She's cute. Can you zoom this on the deck? Yellow 4.
Yeah, so
Biomed, oo nga.
ayun, so I either research about those superhero
Mhm.
tropes, or I think I have one poem about uh CDR King. So
Wow! Talaga.
I researched about, what you buy in CDR King, mga ganon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just I think part of it is um in terms of the lyricism of the poem, there could be
Mhm.
technical words that people would normally think to use in a poem that I could use.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then in terms of like what do you call that? Like percolating the idea like behind superheroes maybe. So I usually read about literary theory on superheroes or theories about that because I think one of the
Very interesting.
ma- thank you. One of the things that usually happens to me when I write a poem is, I start out thinking about my own experiences, my own personal
Mm-hmm.
experiences, but I feel like it's not enough. So
Mm-hmm.
I usually look at how my experiences connect with bigger communities or bigger or with other people. So that's usually where my research comes in. Yeah.
This is, your influences, I should say, are well, of course, they're usual naman. We see them in comics, ganyan. But in poetry, I rarely see, say, a poem about Bioman or a poem about City Arcade. I think it's the first time I've heard of a poem na
Oh.
about City Arcade. So, nakakatawa siya kasi I don't know, how do I say it? Parang it focuses on things we see every day, but parang hindi natin sila pinapansin because parang uh, what kind of story or what kind of poem should I write about,
Oh,
say,
yeah.
cities, gano'n, no? What
Yeah.
made you, parang choose, no, these topics? Para is it like
Um,
a hobby, hindi man hobby, parang, ano ba siya, intentional na gusto mo talagang it's about them or is there something else?
um, well, yeah, I don't think intentional that it's about them. I think it still relates to how it often starts with my own personal feelings. Like, I think some of the poems I wrote when I was first, I just graduated and I got like into the corporate world and I was feeling frustrated. And I think it's more of a desire to see na parang um the frustrations I have are not just from like they're experienced by other people and even
Mm-hmm.
the ordinariness that I feel parang I want to look beyond that, so I guess that's why.
So
Yeah.
you wanted to make, parang you wanted to make a piece that is relatable, but at the same time it has depth, no? Parang ganun. Kasi
Yeah.
syempre, reading your poem here, no? Ang lalim, my goodness. Uh, magre-research ako bahagya dun sa mga Chuudenshi. Because
Yeah,
my
maybe.
recollection of Bioman is 1990 something pa yata, ano? I'm surprised na talagang nakuha mo siya, na-capture mo siya. Meron ka ba parang parang like favorites sa works mo dito sa Deskaril? Ano yung favorites mo diyan?
Favorite. Well, yeah, actually, the poem about CDR King. I
Okay,
like it.
si Cindy nga nagtatanong, buhay pa ba si DRK? Oo, buhay pa yan. Meron pa
Yeah,
yan. It's where
ayun,
you
I
can
think,
buy a lot of cheap stuff.
actually, I didn't know that.
Ah,
Akala ko
really?
nag-close na sila. Yun.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think it's my favorite. Well, ano ba? I grew up in Pampanga. I think we mentioned that, but
Mhm.
and I've met friends and even my partner who have come from other parts of the Philippines, but they came here to study to Manila to study, and I just think the CDR King poem captures some of that.
Mhm.
Um, like it was also partly inspired by my boyfriend's office mate who had never
Mhm.
he grew up in Metro Manila, but he never left Metro Manila. Like the first time he went to the beach was the company outing. Yon.
Mhm.
So and yeah, there was I think I spent a lot of time in CDR King buying techie stuff and
Mhm.
just thinking about um maybe I'm complaining about not being able to go to on vacation, but um
Mhm.
I get the sense from some cashiers maybe that, they have never gone on vacation. Or sometimes I'd buy vegetables at the grocery store, and um the cashiers wouldn't know the actual vegetables they were selling. So you see you see disconnects like that, like um and I think there are disconnects that we should look at. Like I think during the pandemic, people started thinking about how disconnected we are from farmers, and it's a little similar
Mhm.
to, I guess, na parang the person selling the produce doesn't know what the produce is, and doesn't even get to try the produce.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nakakatuwa. Yeah, yeah, I get you kasi may mga nakakausap din akong ganyan na parang, they're doing their jobs but they don't know what the products are, no? So,
Yeah.
I don't know kung may gano'n well, ako, at least in my experience, at least sa mga napuntahan ko, hindi naman lahat gano'n. Sa CDR King, mga maalam naman
Yeah.
yung mga staff nila kahit papaano. But it's really really nice to see poems na iba na may freshness sa kanila. Yeah. Um
Thanks.
kanina no you mentioned that you ask your friends to take a look at your poetry. Balik tayo doon sa ating little game. Na-discarrel ka na ba
Okay.
nung halimbawa na-critique or say na-criticize yung any of your
Mm-hmm.
poems, parang meron ka bang experience na you felt down or parang I'm just gonna scratch everything parang or suddenly you just
Ah,
couldn't continue writing that particular poem.
lots of times. Yeah. Meron naman. Meron.
Meron din.
Yeah, like I think there was one time in school, because circle of friends namin before, sa
Mhm.
club, parang everybody had to have their workshop regularly. So meron akong work na I felt there was something there, but it was too early to workshop. But it was my turn, so pina-workshop ko na rin siya.
Mhm.
But yeah, everybody criticized it, and I felt bad. And I think uh, part of the reason na hindi ko din binalikan yung poems ko before was I tried sending to journals and
Mhm.
publishers. Um, and yeah, hindi, some people didn't like it immediately, or some people said this is good, but it's not ready yet. And I felt
Mhm.
discouraged at that time. So I think that was like at least 2 to 3 years of me just saying, oh, maybe I should just focus on my regular job and forget about the poems for a bit. Yeah, yeah,
But what's good is that even though you got ano ba, discouraged at least temporarily, no, you were able to get back to it naman. So I think
yeah.
that's the most important thing about having your poems published out there or submitting your poems. Of course, when people critique it, you can't please other people, but the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, bumabalik ka naman. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
you did exactly. I saw that you were published a lot, no? Parang iba-iba yatang journals na yata yun, magazines. Are they all local or may foreign din doon?
Yung sloth jockey, foreign siya, but I think it's not going on anymore. Tapos parang they folded.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the one foreign thing that I have, but a lot of them are local and independent, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking kasi if
So,
this was your first foray into independent publishing, hindi na rin pala. Or
uh,
was this your first time to compile your works?
yeah, this is the first time I compiled my works. Yeah,
Mm-mm. What
yeah.
made you like transition from submitting your works tapos finally publishing your own collection?
Um, well, once I got into ano ba, fixing my manuscript again, and then um, getting some direction from one of my profs, um,
Mhm.
I got the manuscript to a point where I was confident about it, um, and then people at work actually encouraged me to like self-publish because I have a yeah. So like at work we have some mentors and business coaches, and they were like, "Oh, maybe you should make this your personal goal since um, you have the manuscript ready." So I think my goal then was to be able to look for a way to publish it with funding. Yeah, so sweat, I guess, timing then that at that time I was getting a lot of projects in digital marketing, and I was able to save enough. And then I was also able to find like a printer that helps with um, self publishing. So, yeah, I think um, after I did the manuscript, um, it was a matter of good timing that I had a lot of digital marketing projects, and it helped me have enough funds to self publish.
Well, good luck. Good luck na ito yung first time mo
Yeah.
i-compile. And we're really rooting for your book. Well, I think this would be my last question. What do you think would people, or what would you like your readers to get out of this career?
I think, um, siguro ano, yeah, to really just look at maybe how simple, ordinary things, mundane things that happen in their lives can actually
Mhm.
um, connect to bigger things. Yeah,
There's
yeah, siguro
magic in
yun.
yeah, or there's yeah,
Yeah, magic
connectedness. There's
or
magic in the
yeah,
ordinary things.
yeah,
It's like you put the bio in Bioman.
yeah.
Tuntua talaga ako doon sa ano mo, tuntua talaga ako doon sa yellow form mo na yan. Okay, I'd like to
Thank you.
read that in entirety, to read your book in entirety. Okay, where can our viewers see you? Do you have a page, or do you have a
Um,
blog?
yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's just my name, Xenia-Chloe Villanueva on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm also on Instagram, which is also my name, Xenia-Chloe Villanueva. So very straightforward. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there.
And of course, you'll be able to find Deskaril in 8 letters publishing. Yeah. Okay. So kung wala ka namang ibang channels, sige, promote natin na
Wala.
iyong book. Sige, promote
Yeah.
natin na iyong book. Please, please do invite our viewers to get a copy.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you for listening through the 30 minutes. And please buy Deskaril. It's available on, I think, Lazada and Shopee and 8 letters website. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you like the Bioman or Plurk or CDR King, I hope you like the book.
Yes, go buy Descaril. Okay, and well, thank you so much, Xenia Chloe, for being with us and for trusting 8 letters, for trusting your poems with 8 letters. Keep on writing, and
Thank you.
yes, we hope to see more of your poetry collections in the following months or years after Descaril has been launched.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ah.
that's it. Everyone, please catch us again tomorrow. Thank you for being with us tonight, and catch us again tomorrow for our last interview for 8 LitFest. Okay, everyone, goodbye and good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.